Hey.
Wow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Yes.
It's great to see you, Emem.
It's great to see you, Titi. We barely saw last week.
It's great to see you, Edgar.
weekend.
Oh, yes, we haven't seen for a while. It's been good. How you doing, Edgar? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm right.
I think you're an
Edgar.
attention seeker.
Yeah,
There's something called ladies first, or should we switch to ladies first and face you?
it's fine.
We
It's fine.
Because you just find a way to always just be seeking attention everywhere.
It happens. It happens. When you girls or you ladies continue to talk about yourself, I feel it's good that you always need to add
So
me in.
it's interesting you should talk about seeking attention. Now, there's a lot of different challenges online that they happen on different platforms, especially the likes of TikTok. And a lot of the things that happen on platforms like this are to get attention, or what they call clout
Chasing.
and they're clout chasing and likes and clicks and clickbait.
And clickbait, yeah.
And sometimes it goes too far. Now, there are a lot of TikTokers abroad who have been taken off TikTok because of really dangerous stunts and things they've done online.
People have even died.
Yes.
There has been reports of people, children, not children, teenagers who have, died as a result of some of these TikTok challenges.
Yes,
dangerous challenges.
Yes.
The recent one was a 12-year-old. I think sometime in February, there were a couple of parents who came together through some social media law victims center in the US to and like they sued TikTok, for
Allowing
for allowing those trends persist and not regulate some of these trends because of its harmful nature of these trends, and because a few teenagers were killed
affected,
in the process
now,
of this. Some of
now
these
the truth
challenges.
is, there's always been a mindset of not every single trend is one you jump on. There are a lot of young people that jump on every single trend they see with the mindset that it's going to give them clout or get them seen.
Increase their impression, grow their engagement.
But we need to.
Which in turn they make money. Which in turn they make monies from it as well.
Yeah, not just
Well,
money.
some of them don't
just
even
fame.
make. Some of them don't even
Sometimes
make
it's
money
just the
immediately.
engagement, yeah.
It's just engagement, just to be seen.
Yeah.
And it's sad because these trends are affecting a lot of families negatively. And there's a particular trend we're pinpointing at this point, and it's called the Imbe challenge. And we are categorically saying it is not funny. It is not a trend. It's actually abuse disguised as entertainment.
Yeah.
Now,
So what this challenge actually is it's the caption is go back to your ex or turn to Imbe.
so it didn't even start that way, apparently.
Okay.
It didn't start that way.
Okay.
It was just showing, certain, should I call them dance moves that lean into what a child, someone with special needs.
Yeah.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome and another of other special needs cases
Right.
are affected by, by this particular situation. So now, first of all, we've already said it, it's not every single challenge you jump on.
Yeah.
If you have anyone in your community that has jumped on that challenge or is about to, please stop them.
All right.
If they've posted
Can I-
it,
can
please
I-
take it down, because it is it's a form of abuse that you don't understand yet.
All right. I just want to share a different thought. Not totally, yes, I totally agree that it is wrong, but I just want to say how far is too far when it comes to social media content and comedy, for example. I miss the days when comedy was comedy, when comedy was subjective to the creator. Now, the feature with comments has brought in so many, views, and these days people just read comments before they share their thoughts.
Sure.
And it's difficult with comedy because I can imagine in another 5-10 years what happens with content on social media, and I'll tell you why. There used to be a time where if you played a role of a mad person, people would find it funny. But now, when you do that in certain videos, people in the comments would still say, "Oh, I don't think that is right." Now, when you play the role with a lady who is really endowed in your video, they say, oh, you're doing objectifying women.
Right.
All right. Also, if you decide to say, oh, someone is an albino in a video and you play with albino, they'll say, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Don't play with albinos that way. There used to be a time in so many sitcoms in Nigeria where stammerers were the height of comedy in Nigeria. Someone would stammer in a video and then everyone laughs. But now, social media has become so sensitive where if someone stammers in a video today, it becomes a case of, oh, what are you trying to do?
It's not social media becoming more sensitive.
Okay.
It is people becoming more enlightened. There was a lot of ignorance out there.
Okay.
A lot of these special needs, people didn't understand that they were actually things that families were dealing with. Okay. Stammering is something that could be cured, but the funny side of it was what we were laughing at in, let's say, the 90s, I'll say, on 90s TV. The average megad or someone that stammers. There was even a particular actor that made a lot of money, became a star because of it. But things have changed. People understand and know better now.
And I would like to know what the chef thinks about content. And have you ever seen any trend that you just felt went too far? Just tell us about that. Have you ever seen a trend that you felt on social media? No, this is just way, way, way too much. Would you like to share any?
Okay, for me, I think this, I don't know, Labudu, Abi. There's this, Labubu, kind of. So, people get like, people are too social media engaged in that. They don't know when, to draw the line. You see, this thing is, everybody is, oh, I want this, I want this, I want that. And you're like, oh, I want it too. And you're doing whatever it takes to get that, you get. So I feel we should know when to draw the line. We should know when, okay, this is just social media. This is just people being too...
Okay, so here are my thoughts on this particular situation. And as a parent myself, I'm going to be calling out a lot of parents because I feel like a lot of we are being lackadaisical as parents
with what our young
people are posting, what they are privy to, the information that they are taking in and consuming on a regular. I see a lot of young people do all sorts of things at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13. At that age, what was I doing when I was 10, 12, 11? I was just about to, I think, get into secondary school. And I know that times have changed. We are in the age of technology. But then I feel like it also sort of borders on empathy and emotional intelligence. Because there are certain trends that you should know as a growing adult, because by the time you're getting into becoming a teenager, you are becoming a growing adult. You're beginning to make certain decisions that affect you, that shape who you become based on the upbringing, how you've been trained and how you've been nurtured. And it's very critical. That's why I'm still going back to parenthood. What kind of children are we raising? Are we instilling, are we just all about, we want them to be among, or we want to raise responsible young adults who would become future leaders and be role models and be examples, because this is a total mockery of a certain group of people that exist, and they are even being celebrated for doing phenomenal things even despite their disability. And here you are making a mockery of it. I saw it over the weekend. I think over the weekend or sometime last week when Pella did it, and then Kate Henshaw had to call him out on it. It was totally disrespectful. It was distasteful. It was bad. So you don't do that. I get it. It's a trend, but so now, where is your sense of humanity for what do you want people in? Because I hear you when you say comedy. But you have to draw a line.
That was the question I asked.
Why couldn't they use
why couldn't they just use, I don't know, something else that doesn't bother on these people who have a form of deformity?
Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying.
So this whole social media craze is becoming a frenzy, and it's becoming very annoying. I'm so sorry, Titi, I'm going to say something. There was something somebody else again also posted on social media over the weekend. It was utterly distasteful. She talked about how we are living such a private life, and people don't know that my sister, who is disabled, is pregnant.
Wow.
And then there was a video of her sister on the hospital bed with bad limbs. She, like, all her limbs she had like an extreme form of deformity, you know, and she was pregnant, and then she recorded that, and then she put it up on social media. And I'm like, that is your friggin' sister. That is your sister. Come on now. Come on.
So now, this is where we call out these social media platforms, which is why these platforms are getting sued all over the world, and they're getting banned and taken down all over the world.
And then tomorrow, when the legislative comes and says they want to regulate it, we say, oh no, they are impeding on our freedom of speech. They are impeding on our freedom of living.
I think to be honest,
we need to touch. There's so many things you mentioned. You mentioned more responsible parenting. What are our children, our young people consuming? Are we raising more responsible young adults? If you do know anyone in your community, on your social networks, who has posted anything like this, tell them to take it down. Disability is not something to mock. Disability is not a joke. It is something that is affecting families all over the world.
It's destroying lives. People are committing suicide. Can we please sort of rein in on our sense our sense of humanity for like a second before we do things? Also, as much as I'm calling out the parents,
some of these things
we
need
to call them out.
There needs to be some sort of regulation. And as much as I'm even calling out parents, I think everyone has a sense of responsibility. If I see anybody that I know that jumps on that train or does any distasteful kidney that mocks anybody, I will call you out.
Please report.
It's not even just calling you.
Please report the content as well.
And I will block you.
All right.
So at this point, we would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Please use our social media hashtag, that's WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and let us join the conversation. We'll be back after this break.